It's Sunday. There's a new one for you. Actually, I have no idea what the date is. Sunday the 8th? There we go, with Sunday the 8th of July. I'm coming to you from the back garden today. I'm channeling my inner Michelle. It is ridiculously early. It's 7:20 in the morning here. I woke up and thought, I got my Flosstube stuff ready from yesterday. I thought I'll get up and I'll just get on with my Flosstube. So here I am. I'm hoping the sound's going to be okay. Recording outside, we'll give it a go. I think the camera's about the usual distance away and all that sort of thing, so let's see where we're at. Best new thing today, England in the semi-final of a World Cup. Oh yes, who'd have thought it. And by my next Flosstube we'll know what happened about that. Yeah, I half watched the match yesterday, purely because I was having my hair cut, because I booked haircuts at the same time, so I'm all short for summer now. And well, my son had his usual style, shorter. Lot had a lot taken off, and she looks fabulous now, so good haircuts all round. Got like a nice haircut for the summer. Today is brought to you by my Wimbledon mug, because it's Wimbledon. Poor Kyle Edmund getting knocked out yesterday. Bye bye British hopes in the singles. So I shall just keep watching the doubles now. And I'm going back to Wimbledon next year, hopefully, because my best friend has her 40th birthday and she wants to celebrate by going to Wimbledon again. So super looking forward to that. So yeah, Wimbledon mug, strawberries and cream, gotta love all that. And also, it's because it's been really hot here. Wimbledon juice bottle. Because I'm keeping my fluids up, just about. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so we've had a busy fortnight. We went fruit picking last week to a lovely little fruit farm near us, just outside a place called Upton. We picked cherries and raspberries and strawberries. So, and I don't think I took any photographs of what we picked. But they are fantastic and they're in the fridge. No freezer jam, we just like them with cream and meringues and ice cream and stuff like that. So yeah, that was good fun last week, and they got a nice little cafe there, so we had an ice cream and local ice cream too. Actually made it in the city, so I can remember going to a tour there when I was at school. And what else have we been up to? College work's been pretty intense lately. I've spent every day doing some, and when I finish this I have another essay to finish. I'm getting towards the end. I get 18 months to complete my qualification. Sorry, hay fever all. I get 18 months to complete my qualification, and I have 4.5 months to go. 3.5 months to go. I have to the end of October, so I'm really just trying to get stuff done. So in order to make sure I get everything done, my assessor is now seeing me every 4 weeks rather than 6, but I'm still doing a workload of a 6-week period, so it's a bit more intense. But hey, qualifications are all good, so I'm happy about that. Kids break up for school in 2 weeks' time, so we've been busy preparing our summer plan. Just trying to find lots of nice free activities and museum visits and library visits. We've signed up to the summer reading challenge, and we at the point we did 2 books. We didn't get our cream voucher, sorry. The summer reading challenge in the UK, run by local libraries, you get, it's for kids. They do like a fun theme. It's a Beano themed one this year. But you get things like tickets to National Trust properties. It's all free. You get tickets to National Trust properties. They get like stickers and stuff like that. But we didn't get a cream ticket, and I've just realised she's done her 2 books. We didn't get her cream ticket, so I'll have to pop in the library and tell them. Cream is a big National Trust house, fairly local to us, with grounds designed by Capability Brown. We went there a couple of weeks ago. It's got beautiful parkland to walk through, massive lake and things like that. Well, several lakes all feed into one that actually look like a river. So walk for miles. A couple of weekends ago there. So yeah. So what else have we done? Hubs and I visited Stratford upon Avon. No stitching shops. Thoroughly disappointed. For our wedding anniversary, just had a nice walk along the river and a coffee at the RSC, which is the Royal Shakespeare Company Theatre, so that was good. And ate lunch in the park. That's life. I've been having some, just making the most of this really lovely weather. So it's also thrown my sleep pattern off a bit, so I'm pretty tired in the evenings. I'm not getting much stitching done, but I'm getting up early, so I'm trying to stitch early in the mornings at the moment, but usually my attention is demanded by small people, so because evening really is my stitching time. However, I'm up early. The only housework I have to do today is a bit of laundry. This will be done. My essay be done, I reckon, in an hour if I get that finished, and then I can stitch today. Got British Grand Prix today, no football, thank you. So British Grand Prix, it's all about the British stuff this weekend. So I should be watching that and stitching. There we go. Right, that's what you're here to see, not 6 minutes of me going rambly, chat. Not a lot of stitching because it's just been like that. Not a lot of haul. Still waiting for stuff. Stitch from Stash. Didn't I do well with that? We've just finished the first half of the year. I ended up £234 up, which most of that is fake money, let's face it. Over £200 just from finishes, so I'm pretty impressed by that. A lot of that's got to do with all the Year of Whips finishes I had, and my ability to churn out smalls. But in real terms, I did tot up for my £20 monthly budget, which is about $25 rounded. I did manage to only spend about £95. So, I mean, it's evident, isn't it, what I buy? Because my Jodyri doesn't count, my magazine subs don't count, so, and those are my big my things I buy. I have signed up for Chromatic Alchemy's Fabric of the Month. I've just paid my first one for that. I'm having a 32 count Belfast, and I am super excited to be getting my first one, so that comes sometime this month, so we will see. Hopefully that'll be here by next time, along with my limited edition Jodyri fabric that I ordered from the birthday special, because there's a story to that one. In brief, I saw it on the website, I thought, I'd already bought a piece of even weave, saw the linen and thought, absolutely, I love the linen, I'm going to get a piece of linen too. And it came and I was thoroughly disappointed. I almost cried. I was that disappointed in the fabric. You know when you're like really building yourself up and it comes and you're like, ugh, and it's so deflating? It was like that. So, sorry, hay fever. And so I emailed her, said, look, sorry, I'm really unhappy with the colour. Michelle was, so I said, there's nothing wrong with the quality, I just don't think the colour is representative of the one on the website. I get dye lot differences, I really do, but the picture on the website had lots of blues and yellows and sort of dark reds, reddy pinks in it and things, and this one basically was reddy pink, end of, nothing, no other colours in it really. So Michelle kindly said, send it back to me, if you're unhappy, I'll re-dye it for you. Sent it back. She sent me a photograph of the new piece. Well, it's still not. It's much better. Sorry, I just banged the table. Yeah, it's much better, and I'm looking forward to getting that. So next time you'll get the story all over again, because I've forgotten I told you. Right, whips. Let's do FOs. No FFOs this month, because I was going to save up all these smalls and do it in one go. So for the longest day I did start a load of smalls, and I finished the Lizzie Kate Bloom. That stitched 1 over 1 on 20 count Balana. I forget the colour, it's a Zweigart one, but it's probably yellow or primrose or something. Random threads, so super happy with that one. That's going to be a little small, hence why it's on a tiny piece of thing, because I know what margins I need, so I'll just go with it. We got, this was, I really do need something behind, don't I? Right. Scrappy envelope, there we go. So this was coffee. Birdcage from, this was another cross stitcher cover kit. I put all the magazines away, so I'll have to look it up if you really want the chart. Well, this was hell on earth. So let's get some close up. I missed out a line on the bird here. I thought, oh well, I'll fudge it. Fudged all the thing. Ended up ripping out most of the birdcage. Excuse me, because I thought, well, that's okay. I'll just go 1 extra above with the birdcage. It'll be okay. It was fine until, look how much. This is the piece of fabric that came with the kit. I've only left 4 blocks at the bottom, 2 blocks at the top. It's supposed to be turned into a key ring with loads of fabric, with a fair bit of fabric around the outside. So I ended up having to fudge the top and miss another, fudge up here and missed out another line there. There should have been an extra row of cross stitch so I could get the thing in the top. So had I had to, had I stitched it as normal, I would have been left with, that would have still dropped it down 2 eider blocks, sorry, 4 even weave blocks around. That's just not enough, so I'm thoroughly irritated by that. I'll work with it, I'll figure something out. It just won't get, it was never going to get made into the key ring, but I would have liked to have made the birdcage shape. So I might be getting some, super stiff anyway. And that's after being worked in hand. So I will get some interfacing, well, I've got interfacing, and patch it to something to create the birdcage shape, I think. Something wrong. So I like the idea of having it as a birdcage shape. There was supposed to be a back to it, which was basically that, but without a bird, and it was an empty cage door, but it just had like the flowers and obviously the cage shape. Not doing it, got thoroughly irritated, so that won't be happening, because I can't sew them together, because that was the point, is you sewed them together to make like a whole cage. Well, it's just not going to happen. And that was, it wasn't as if I cut the Ada in half or anything like that, the even weave in half. That's the size it came. So cross stitcher, you suck for kit packaging. I'm sorry, the designs are awesome, but the stuff you put in is terrible. And perhaps I shouldn't have expectations that the stuff you provide is the threads are okay. I mean, I use the Coolful threads. They're never fantastic, and I hate the fact that the lengths are about that long. They literally are. This is a cross stitcher one. That's the, obviously these all doubled over, but what's that? 10 inches long. But for somebody who likes, and they're always solid colours. So I like loop starts. Really do like loop starts. It's my favourite method of starting, and you can't do that when that's all you're stitching. Because if I loop started it, that's as much as I'd get, and that's just not enough. Cross stitcher cover kit rant over. Normal service. Okay, next up is this was Blossom Bird, I don't know what it's called. Another cover kit. It's super cute, really sweet little thing. So here's another summer finish. I even did French knots. Yeah, you go me. Oh, I could have claimed extra for those on my Stitch from Stash. Oh well, what's a few French knots between friends. So those are my 3 little mini finishes for the last couple of weeks. Stitchy bug's been a bit lately, as I said earlier, so not happy about that. which means my stitching has been pretty much non-existent. So I picked up the next cover kit. Well, got a lot to choose one. She chose the camper van card, which we were going to just turn into a little pillowy cushiony thing again. You see the margins they give you on that card with the frayed edge? Yeah, that's what they give you in real life. So another one. Right, so I got, let's use the white envelope again. It's all half stitch. I'm getting not got much done at all. I think there's some mistakes. I'm gonna verge it. So it's that. Let's look again. So I'm just not feeling a bit meh about all the stitchy stuff. But Cross Stitch Crazy arrived and it's a really good issue. So let's move swiftly into haul, because I can tell you what my new start was. Cross Stitch Crazy, cute fox on the front. Like Lot loves that one, which I think she wants me to stitch it. But I've got a cover kit. I think it's from just been spotted in Flosstubing in the garden. I think she's my minute on a helper in within a couple of minutes. But I've got a cover kit. Actually, I think it was called Cross Stitch Crazy, a hoop with a fox and a baby, so I think I might use that one. She's waving food at me. That's fine. She's gone back to watch film. Jolly good. I didn't even know she was up. I came downstairs, wasn't it? You know, little things when you think. So I decided to film in the garden yesterday anyway. Got up this morning and thought, opened the dining room curtains. Keys are in the back door. It's not locked. Oops, we didn't lock the back door last night. Came out, look, there's all chalk on the patio. I don't remember Lottie doing chalking on the patio yesterday. Oh. Thought nothing else of it, carried on pottering. Came out, got everything ready, made a drink, didn't even go in the living room. Went in the living room, oh, there's Lot. And so who knows what time she got up this morning. Anyway, so, Cross Stitch Crazy, this is issue number 245. A couple of you said you actually quite like the flip throughs, so hello Samantha, crafting between stitches. So I'm going to try and do better flip throughs. Please say if you'd like them as a separate video. I know Danielle Stitcherista does them as separate videos, and there's a couple of other people that do too. But as it's the British magazine and I get them pretty quickly, shout if you want them as done as proper flip throughs, and I'll start doing mag flip throughs as separate videos. I subscribe to Cross Stitch Crazy, World of Cross Stitching, and look, Michelle, remember the ing, and Cross Stitcher. So yeah, issue 245. This came Wednesday. It's Tuesday, Wednesday. This week, midweek. It came midweek. So I'd have to figure out my setup for her. My husband likes doing that. He loves the technical side of my Flosstube videos. He does all my editing and likes to try and go. It's quite keen for me to do stitch with me's and a few more time lapse things and stuff. He loves all the technical side. That's really his thing. I don't know how to upload a video to YouTube. I haven't got a clue. I'm sure my son could help. He does his own YouTube bits and pieces, all gaming sort of ones and teenage boy stuff really, you know. He knows how to do it. He figured it out on his own. I don't have a clue. But, oh, hello and welcome to my new subscribers. I've had a few in the last few weeks, so nice to have you on board. Thank you for stopping by to visit me. Crumbs, this is a rambly video. Right then, contents page. Okay, so all the usual, let me sit up a bit, all the usual stuff. So we've got the cross stitch sort of correspondent reader's panel bit. The cover kit was an Emma Congdon design. She's really popular in the magazine at the moment. That's the cover kit, it's like a postcardy one. She did a series of these last year. It's actually really cute. It comes with postcard packaging too. So that's really cute. That will be for the summer box next year. So there's that. And we've got the fox and her baby. That's really super cute. This is designed by, when it's on a Jodyri. Who is it designed by? I haven't got a clue. Oh, Makiko. That's a new one on me. Reader letters, including our very own lollipop stitches. It's a little turtle chart. Amy Winehouse, but that's chart only, and that's the celeb stitch. I quite like this. It's a little set. Back to school stuff. Tiny Modernist, Cheryl McKinnon. So there's some really cute ones. I like that. Really like that flower. That's stitched on plastic canvas, but that would be quite cool. It's Biscornu actually. I reckon that could be Biscornued. And I like that one, the Think Positive one. Because that doesn't necessarily have to be a school one. Just some cute stuff like rainbows, sciencey sort of signs and things like that. Stationery. Globes, butterflies, flowers. Very sort of girly back to school, but it's really, really cute. It's a nice alphabet there too. You know, sometimes when you want small alphabets, but it's really hard to find nice small alphabets, and I'm looking to see whether they've used it on anything. They haven't. But there's a nice small alphabet, which is going to be super handy actually, because it tends to be 5 stitches by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, 5 by 11, but you could easily knock it down to 5 by 9, 5 by 10, and that's just on sort of one of the bigger letters. So super good little alphabet. Super good. That's terrible English. This month's must-haves. I'm not looking at that thinking I must have any of those, but you know. Sunflowers and a windmill, that's really, really pretty. A Leslie Tier design. Almost a bit autumnal, kind of late summer, early autumn. Crazy for Puffins. There's a selection of Puffins charts. That's just chart only. Modern Twist is Celtic Knots. I like that one, really like that one. There's a design by Fiona Baker. Ooh. And I'm juggling magazines, and that's the other set there 4. So there's 7 of those in total. They'd work some of those would work for Biscornu too. I can see a Biscornu chart in anything, me. Well, not in anything, because that doesn't always work. Trending now, the seaside. Well, we'd all do. I do love the seaside. I was looking at Historical Sampler Company have started doing subscription boxes, Cotton and Twine, I think it's called. And they had beach sets this month. It was super nice, and I would have liked to have gotten that. I'm not one for subscription boxes generally. I like that are like specific kit type things. I like the Stitchy box, the look of the Stitchy box ones. Too expensive for the UK, but I kind of just like boxes. I'd like boxes of bits, so I can kind of just do my own thing. That's fun. Little Red Riding Hood. She's cute. That's the Lucy Heaton design. Then we've got Fall Alphabet in Doreen Jones. Apples and pumpkins. Oh, it's fox, mushrooms. I think autumn and autumn colours. You've got it there. Owls. That's really sweet, actually. Ooh. Oh, that's a shame. Cross Stitch HEC for this month theme is A, and I was just thinking if they'd put an apple in an A, that would have been super good. Where's the apple? Yeah, we can fudge that. I might be going with that for my ATC. But it's really sweet. It's Quick Stitch, Jenny Barton. There's some flowers, but that's chart only. Wildflowers apparently. I'm not convinced because I can see Daffodils, not that wild. Daisies, kind of looks more like a big cultivated daisy. Maybe that is a bit wild. Cornflower, bit cottage garden. Trying to decide whether that is possibly, looks like a rose meets a poppy. I don't know. Oh, little one is raiding the cupboards again. Love these. Coffee. Coffee is always a good idea. Oh, isn't that the same? Isn't that the truth? And there's another Eminent Congdon. Stitching coffee is always a good idea for my office wall, I have decided. So, Good Morning Beautiful and But First Coffee. I think I'll have to see. I've got the Coffee Time Lizzie K, which I love. And I will be starting with Test Stitches, and I are going to sell that at some point. So if anybody wants to join that, it's the Lizzie Kate Coffee Time chart. We're thinking September-ish. I know there's a lot of sales starting then, but I need to get college out of the way first, so if I can commit to that, because I haven't got fabric or anything at the moment. Yes, so advance warning, if you want to coffee time with us, shout. Right, Shannon Wasleff, Shannon Christine Designs, cameos, I couldn't think what they were called then. And then there's the Challenge Lucy's. We've got a hiker, a library car, dumbbells, a lizard, pie and a raccoon. And then just the usual sort of online bits and pieces. Some couple of cute pocket money tins. They are designed by Heather Nugent. They're quite cute. So unicorns or dinosaurs. R is for raincoat. Next month. Do you know, I don't recall having looked at next month's. Oh yeah, I did. Very autumnal now, which is nice because I must say I do think these magazines do really good autumnal stuff. So I'm quite liking the craft room. It'll be really useful because for all these swaps and things. Oh, winter penguin card. It's August. Nobody. Yeah, and then the crossword. So back to the cameos. These were my new start. Never stitched a Shannon Christine design before, but I absolutely love cameos. I wear my nan's cameo that's really rubbed and it's very old and I love it very much. My mum moved good 100 odd miles, but in the 70s, from where she was living in Surrey to up to Worcestershire, where we live now, and bought my nan a cameo, and my mum has a very similar one, as a present, as a sort of remember me present. My nan wore it. I always remember my nan wearing it. I never liked it as a child. I thought it was sort of quite an ugly ring, but it's one thing that I love the fact that my mum brought my nan the ring, and so when my nan died 15 years ago, that was the one thing I really wanted, was her cameo. So I have that. So I love it very much. Anyway, so I saw those cameos and thought I'd start my little hoop wall with some of those finishes, and I thought actually it would be really nice to stitch that. I have to be very careful how I put my hand there. Wouldn't it be nice to stitch that? So let's just put the needle down there. I don't know if you're going to see this. Yeah, that's actually showing it pretty well. Look at that. So that's the start of one of the cameos. So neighbours have got up. So I'm super pleased that this is stitched on 28 count Jack-o'-lantern Fabric of the Month by Jodyri, because I didn't want the pink but wanted something which was a bit more, I'd have liked something a little bit more orange, but I kind of thought, well, that's pretty. And it's one of those, whenever am I going to use that? I'm not really an orangey kind of person, so love that, super excited. So I have chosen to stitch that one there, and I really do quite like little ones as well, so I might stitch a matching pair. I don't think I'll stitch all 4 silhouettes, but I might stitch the 2 little matching ones too. So yeah, that's been fun. I started that Wednesday. I just saw it in the magazine. I thought I'm going to stitch those, and I did. Well, I haven't. I've started it. So a bit of haul segued into back to whips. So that's my new start. Like I needed another one. Oh, let's not put that there. Okay, so we might have a finished haul. I was very, very fortunate to win a ticket to Festival of Quilts at Birmingham. I've wanted to go for years, but summer holidays and it's always really awkward time. Tickets aren't cheap, they're about £17 just for the ticket. So I'm looking forward to going there. I won that for Sparklies. So I'm super pleased to have won that. And love this, look, shocking this postcard. Sparklies make really, really lovely fabric, and I can't wait to go and visit them and purchase a piece of fabric. So I need to start saving now. But what I didn't spend for my Stitch from Stash, I'm using as my kind of, that's my savings. I'm going to take that, so it won't affect next year's Stitch from Stash, because yeah. So threads of the month were these were the June ones. This is called Shadow Moon. These are my Jodyris, sort of purples and lilacs and greys, mauvey colour. And then we've got my standard 5, which I can't hold. They're alive. So actually, this other, apart from the one, they're kind of some quite nice kind of subtle variation that you could, a lot more usable. So we've got Firefly, that didn't focus, Flamingo Flock, that's super nice. Not a pink person, but I just like that. Vine Leaves, which is quite grey actually. Seawall, and Arabian Nights. Let's pop those back in the bag. I need to do some muddled. It's all muddled up. It's all needs catalogue bagging up and everything. Oh, missed two. Right then. Set up, so I'm trying to get everything back in the box as I go. I had a lovely card from my Stitch from Stash pal Rachel. That's one of the best things about Stitch from Stash, is the lovely friendships I've made with Rachel and Shannon. So hello to you both. I don't think Rachel always watches, but I know Shannon does. Oh, the last thing I think, it's not Stitch related, doesn't cost me anything from Stitch from Stash. It's awesome, awesome. Look at these Sprinkle Stitchy Kindness labels. I'm loving these. A pen pal of a pen pal, there we go, let's go for that way, does stationery, and I asked it, she does what she calls her Happy Mail labels, you know, just stick it on the back of it, Happy Mail, and I thought, I wonder whether she could do Sprinkle Stitchy Kindness, because I always put it on the back of the stuff I send out, but got a bit fed up of writing it, so I'm writing my own address as well, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. So I also got some cute address labels with my address on. They look cute, crab in the corner too. Look at that. So I ordered myself some address labels and got asked if she could make these, and she did. So that's Elaine at Sweet Stationery Store. I'm going to link her Etsy below because she does a beautiful, beautiful stationery. She ships worldwide. Super quick service. So from the initial design discussion to getting these was a week. So that's really, really good. Yeah, and they weren't expensive. It cost me, she's cut them in half for ease of posting, so she doesn't bend them. But it was £1 for 24 circular labels and 75p for 40 address labels. So super pleased with that. So that's Sweet Stationery Store. She's on Etsy and Facebook. And she's Elaine, her name is, and she's really, really good. She has loads of cute stationery. And when I get back into writing letters a bit more, because I'm rubbish at it at the moment, I'm going to order some from her because she's got some nice London ones that I've got my eye on, and giraffes, and Lottie quite fancy some unicorn stationery. So that's that. So that's the haul. Yeah. Stuff you can win. Okay, so last time we had an upside down chart book. Leslie Tier chart book. This was won by Sharon at Quail Hollow. So Sharon, if you can email me your address or Instagram me. I have a new email address. It is institcheskerry@gmail.com. I will put it in the description box. That's working really nicely because just sending it to my regular Hotmail account wasn't. So there we go. That's going to be just for my Flosstube. So institcheskerry, if you need to get hold of me. So I will comment on your comment to let you know anyway. So that, well done, Sharon. Sonia, on its way to you because you're the only one that wanted it. So that was easy. And John Clayton's Lavender Fields has been won by Lisa, the Kindred Stitcher. So, and I know you've only just found my channel, so there you go. First video and you win your chart. I'm super pleased for that. So if you can PM me your address too. I'm really behind with my Flosstube watching again. I got about 30 in the queue, 35, something like that. I think I had another 3 this morning. So I understand that people are behind with me, but it's not a problem. I'm going to sit back a bit because I've chopped my head off. I will comment on all those, and well, Sonia's, I've got your address. I'll just pop it in the post. Yeah, so they'll go out sometime in the next couple of weeks with my new labels. Okay, so this week I thought we'd have a bit of Christmas in July. So we have got this cute Lucy Heaton mouse from the Fairy Tales series. So what we're gonna, let's call it Fairy Tales, or Fairy Tales mouse. We've got Christmas chart book. Now all of these are stitched in 2 colours, I think, because they were supposed to come with 3 metallics, so it got sucked into my stash. So I am just checking. Oh no, it does call for a couple of other colours, I think, sometimes. It's all in Madeira, but basically pick your colours. So that's Christmas charts. There's baubles, an alphabet, some cute animals. I like those actually. And Festive Snail. That's a new one. He's really sweet actually. I like the mice too. Ooh, didn't notice those before. Doing that thing when Sarah goes, oh, I think I quite like to stitch this. And then there's an alphabet. And festive friends and some gift tags at the back. And they're quite nice too. There we go. So, I have no idea what we're going to call this. Christmas charts. And there's a cover kit of Fizzy Moon, which has got the card aperture. Let's do that so you can't see the chart. So there's a card aperture for it, or you can just frame it as a little Christmas stitch. Ada, it's full kit. So we've got Fizzy Moon, Christmas chart book, and Fairy Tales chart. So let me know if you want any of those. Plans. That's probably about it. Let's have a quick look. Oh, I've got some shout outs as well. There we go. Plans. I've got an ATC to stitch a Biscornu for the summer, for the beach themed summer swap. I've got my chart, just need to kit it up. I know what I'm doing. I think it's because I've decided to. I've made quite a few changes to the chart, which was a free chart from Gazette 94, which when I do, I will link. So I need to. Sorry, B just gone past, making sure it didn't go in the house. I need to get that stitched. I know what I've got my goodies. I've ordered some threads for that, and I've also got my other ideas formulating. So I need to stitch that. As I said, of the ATC, which is the theme is A is 4. So I've got a couple of ideas for that. I also have dust in my eye or something. I hate fever, it's horrible, making my eyes all crusty. Hay fever tablets haven't kicked in because it's early morning. So it's 8 AM now. Brain's gone. It'll come back to me in about 2 hours. Right. Yeah, so that's my plans. I'd like to get that cameo finished. I know how I'm just going to hoop finish it. So next time I do an order from Lakeside, they've got the little oval hoops, so I should just order one of those unless I pick one up at that place that I'm going in August, Festival of Quilts. So that's the plan for that. Catch up on some Flosstube. I've been watching Kindred Stitcher, Stitching in the Doodah, they're new. Kimberly Butler Stitch Adventures, and Barbie Petal Pusher. So other than Stitching the Doodah, they're all names you know. I'm just catching on with a lot of people lately, so yeah, I've got essays to write, Flosstube to do. Let's get all this done and then I'll have 2 weeks off so I can stitch and wash Flosstube rather than coming home from work and writing an essay and just not getting a lot of stitching done. So have a great Sunday. I thought this was going to be a really short video. I rambled today. So let me know about whether you would prefer separate flip-throughs of the magazines. I'm going to try and label my description box a little bit better, just so you can find it in there, so you know that if there's what flip-throughs I'm doing per issue. If you forget what what issue I've said or something, I'll try and label it a little bit better. Enter the giveaways. Don't say giveaway. Be over 18. You know the rules. Can't think of anything else. Yeah, there we go. Happy stitching, friends. See you soon. Bye bye.